ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः।
Dear friends, welcome to the study of the Bhagavad Gita, and we were at the end of the second chapter, where the famous section known as Sthita Prajna's Lakshana is being discussed. Now, just to remind you, Arjuna has been told that if you can concentrate on your true original nature, the Atman, the Satchidananda Swarup Atman, you will achieve such a state and level of awareness where nothing in this world can disturb you. And because of your flow of life, you'll be able to continue to perform your duties of life without being bound down by attachment, because you have now experienced what is it to be the unattached, detached soul. This is the main theme. Arjuna has been listening to it. While listening, he wanted to know a greater detail and description. I'm sorry. Greater detail and description of such a realized soul. Sthita Prajna Purusha, a person whose maturity and wisdom is absolutely stable, rock solid. How could he achieve that state? By being samadhistha, that is, who has experienced oneness with its own true original nature, in that process technically known as Samadhi. What is Samadhi? From the common sense point of view, Samadhi means this I who is meditating on a particular object. So I am here. The process of meditation is the link, connection, and the object of meditation is my goal. It is known in our Sanskrit literature, Triputi, three corners. I am, the process of meditation is, which I am going through, and the object of meditation. I am Jiva Atma. I know I am Sridharananda. I am so. Endless identities with which I have attached myself. Jiva Atma. I am a product of ignorance and thereby of separateness. That is what I am. I want to experience my true original nature. What is that? Sat Swarup, Chit Swarup, Ananda Swarup Atma, Nirakara, Nirguna, Nirvikalpa, Brahma. All are the words. I pick and choose. I am Satchidananda Atma. That is the object of my meditation. I I am constantly thinking, I am that. My mind at one moment is centered on I am. The next moment is I am meditating on my true original nature. And the third moment is I am with my true original nature. All momentary. And it moves in a breakneck speed, lightning speed. What I am supposed to do is, I hold my mind on the object for a prolonged period of time with my willpower and abhyasa balat, the force of repetitiveness, force of habit. First time I cannot. Second time I just come. Instead of one moment, it is 2 moments. Third time, it's a little more. More I practice, more it becomes easy to me. Abhyasa balat, force of habit, force of repetitive, similar performance. So, a time comes because of my willpower, because of guidance of my Guru, blessings of my Guru, and because of ultimate compassion of the Divine, I am able to hold my mind on the object. I forget I am. I forget I am meditating. My whole mind is stuck to the concept of Satsarup, Chitsarup, Ananda Sarup Brahma. And time has stopped there. It is no more momentary. It has got stuck to that idea. The more it remains stuck to that idea, more you're absorbing and assimilating that concept. I am Satchidananda Sarup Atma. I am Satchidananda. I am has disappeared. That only remains. And I merge my total identity with that. I don't exist anymore. That is a state of Samadhi. When I am is no more rotating around the concept of Jivatma with a name, with a form, with qualities and utilitarian value. It is now totally saturated it. I am Atma Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. I am that. I am Aham Atma Satchidananda Swarupa Brahma. You have become one with it. The process of being and becoming has stopped by becoming. The process of being has ended in becoming. That is Samadhi. Sri Krishna indirectly had been mentioning to to Arjuna, and through Arjuna to all of us, the students, that you must achieve that level of awareness, otherwise there is no way of living in this world with exceptional peace and joy and ecstasy. You can't without being one with God. Arjuna has been listening. Now at the fag end of it, Arjuna asks, Sthita pragyasya samadhisthasya Keshavaha kim lakshana? Sthita pragyasya ka bhasha? What is the definition of a sthita pragya samadhistha purusha? I would like to precisely know the definition. Why? Definition gives you a rational conviction of what is the thing like. As for instance, water is a fluid. It is shapeless, it is colorless, it is odorless, it is tasteless, transparent, fluid. All these words are being said. Tasteless, odorless, colorless, this and this and this, and it is a transparent fluid. All these words creates an idea in my mind, and I have a vague idea of what water is, and you as a good friend of mine, you bring a glass of water and place before me. And I say, yes, that's it. It has no shape of its own. That water put in a cup takes the shape of a cup, put in a jar takes the shape of a jar, put in a bottle takes the shape of a bottle. It has no shape of its own. I understand. So a definition gives you a rational understanding what it is like. And then according to instruction, you follow the instructions and realize the definition in reality within yourself. That is what it is. So, sthita pragyasya ka bhasha samadhista keshava, this question raised by Arjuna is absolutely logical and rational and extremely relevant to our search. Sthitadhi kim prabhaseta, kim asita, brajeta kim. He asks several questions. Ka bhasha, prabhasheta kim, asita kim, brajeta kim. How does he carry on with his flow of life, a realized soul? What is his signs and symptoms and definition? How is he spoken of by others, and how does he explain himself? Please kindly, my dear Lord Krishna, my friend, philosopher and guide, tell me in great detail what is the sign, symptoms and description of a Sthita Pragya Purusha. This is how this section has started. We have covered some section. Now, while covering that section, he has to answer, how does he live in this world and in this flow of life? I see him living with us as a normal, ordinary human being. But what are his special characteristics? What are his or her special qualities? I would like to know that. We are in the thick of it. And the main theme is, he is not a slave of the movement of his indriyas and his mind. He is not a slave of indriyani pramatini haranti prasabhambana. He is not a slave of all. But what happens to us? Our sense organs are so outward moving that in spite of my best efforts, they churn me into nothingness, grinds me into a paste, and they have their own way. That is how it is with me now. But what about him? To him, the indriyas are as trained as a well-trained dog. Sit, the dog sits. Run, the dog runs. Jump, the dog jumps. You have to say, and the dog behaves. his sense organs are as under his control like a trained dog. This is the distinction, and that distinction has been mentioned in the last two shlokas that we read in our previous discourse. Let me read the last one which we read and then move on to the new one. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asita matparaha Bashehi jasya indriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. He is worthy of being called a sthita prajna purusha. What does it mean? Tani sarvani samyamya. Samyamana. What is samyamana? Not suppression. Not that you put it down under. When you leave it, it rebounds like a spring ball. That is not samyamana. Samyamana means it is under your control. You have sublimated them in such a manner that they don't misbehave, don't behave in a disobedient manner. They are as obedient to you as your well-trained dog. Tani sarvani, tani indriyani sarvani. All your sense organs, please have a total control on them. Now, how can I have a control on them when they have a total control on me? So I must develop some strength. I must develop that some power by means of which, with extra additional power, I keep them under control. Otherwise, they control me. How can I control them overnight? Sri Krishna gives him or gives us an answer to the methodology how we can control our sense organs. Yukta asita mat paraha. The first line of the shloka, let us divide into two parts. The first part is, Sri Krishna says, have a total control, a power to manage your sense organs. And I know what to speak of having a control on my sense organs. The sense organs has made a slave of me. So as soon as I hear this, Sri Krishna telling me, have a total control, a managerial power on your indriyas. How can I serve? The answer is, yuktaha asita mat paraha. Make me your ultimate goal. Mat paraha. Make me your ultimate goal. And having made me your ultimate goal, yukta asita. Be well trenched. Have a constant line of communication open with me. I am the end all and be all of your life. Concentrate on me. Automatically, your power of concentration, because you are concentrating on me, the hold of the indriyas on you, that power will be eroded, will be slowly and slowly dissipated, dissolved, evaporated. So what is the theme here then? He says, you get rid of the slavery to your indriyas. I immediately ask him, you are saying so. Why don't you say so how I can do it? And immediately in the next breath he says, Yukta Asita Matparaha. Make me the end all and be all, the goal of your life. Who is that me? Vasudeva Putra Vasudeva Krishna. The incarnation of the divine. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. You concentrate on me. And who am I? Lord God of the universe. The source of all energy, all strength, Bala, Birja, Teja, Shakti. This is what I am. Concentrate on me, and you will be bestowed with such an amount of energy that the hold of the indriyas on you will slowly and slowly dissipate, disappear, erode, evaporate. That will happen to me. And in the next shloka, he concludes, Vashehi jasya indriyani tasya pragya pratishtita. You wanted to have a definition. Here is a definition. Jasya indriyani vashehi hi nishyaye viniyoge. This he means for certain. He says, I swear, I promise, I assure you, Jasya Indriyani Vashe, that person whose sense organs are under his or her own control, his prajna is sthita. Now, sthita means stable, that means not unstable. Who makes it unstable? I look at something, I like it, I want to have it, I plan and program of having it. I am creating disturbances in me. I am creating restlessness in me. I am creating because I am following the dictates of my indriyas. So if I stop following the dictates of my indriyas, and my indriyas are under my control, there's no chance of restlessness, there's no chance of disturbance, and I am poised in the majesty, the magnificence, the excellence of my own soul, my true original nature. So what is the secret, dear, for a sadhaka, for you and me? The sadhaka's secret is, remember very, 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 I would say, thoroughly and correctly, and remember for your lifetime. The secret is, if I can manage to be aware of the presence of the divine in my life all the time, by smarana, by manana, remembering and repetition of the name of God, awareness of presence of God in my life, I am always focused there. So I have no time, no energy left to listen to the dictates of the indriyas. It is trying, but it is failing because I am busy elsewhere. The child is crying. This is Guru Maharaj, this is Sri Ramakrishna's description. A child is crying and weeping and wailing for the mother. The mother is busy. She really is so busy that she can't pay attention to the child. She is so busy that a third person will say, she is neglecting her child. So the mother is busy. I am busy with my whole mind, with the awareness of presence of the divine in me all the time, and I have no time to spare. So Indriyas are trying me to disturb me, but I am busy. It is taking me away. The child is mother's child, even then the mother is busy, can't attend. And this is a disturbing factor which I want to get rid of. So I am doubly benefited by remaining busy with my child, with my ideas, my business. This is how I should be behaving, practicing, disciplining myself so that the Indriyas slowly and slowly loses their hold on me because I am not cooperating with them anymore. Vashehi jasya indriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. So you see, in one shloka, information, education, instruction, description, all rolled into one. You are being informed, that information matures into education. You see the instruction there, how to go about it, and then you do so, and you see you are in an ultimate serene, tranquil, poised state of mind when this world cannot disturb you. And as I keep on saying you, what to say of disturbing you cannot touch you. What to speak of touching you cannot reach you. This is what happens to you by being a practitioner of this methodology, the sadhana. In the next two slokas, what I have been telling you now, in the next two slokas, hear from Sri Krishna himself in these two slokas how a human being, without being alert of what? Movement of one's mind. I do not know where my mind flies away. I am not aware. This lack of awareness on your own mind, how it creates a total destruction of your spiritual possibilities. Vinash, total destruction of the spiritual possibilities which are in you, which are in all of us. How? Because of inalertness, unconsciousness, inattentiveness. How we create destruction of our own spiritual possibilities. These two shlokas must be remembered through our lifetime as long as we do not reach the goal. Let us read the shloka. Dhyayato vishayan pumsa sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodha avijayate. Divide these two lines of the verse into four equal parts. First half of the first line, second half of the second line, second half of the first line, first half of the second line, second half of the third line. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. Dhyayato vishayan pungsha. Pungsha humans. Here, gender difference should not be highlighted. It is both for males and females, gentlemen and ladies. There is no distinction in spiritual discipline amongst humans. So here it means both the genders. Dhyayato vishayan. Dhyana karna, dhyayata. To be meditative. What is meditation? To think of. Meditation is an intense process of thinking. For an ordinary human, uncontrolled, untempered, unmanaged, inattentive flow of mind on objects of the world, dhyayato means vishayan gunan anuchintayanta. As for instance, I play tabla. I play Indian concussion machine instruments, and I see a beautiful tabla there. I don't have one. So my eyes fall on that concussion machine, concussion instrument. Wow, what a wonderful thing. Shiny, bright, proportionate, beautiful to look at, must be wonderful to play on. What is happening? My eyes, the indriya, has fallen on it. As soon as it falls on it, mind moves like a snowball, getting bigger and bigger in magnitude, a snowball. It's a good thing. It is a beautiful thing. It is a proportionate thing. I am adding all the appreciative virtues of that thing on which my eyes have just fallen. I never thought of it before. All these thought processes, appreciative, admirative, gunan anuchintayanta. I am appreciatively looking at an object of my vision. Unplanned, inattentive, unwarranted. I did not plan it before. Only my eyes have fallen and all these have come off. The mind is flowing. Dhyayata vishayan pungsha. Humans, when any of their indriyas fall on their respective objects, the mind keeps on going out and rolling. And in an appreciative manner. Sangasteshu upajayate. He feels a bit of liking, attachment. Liking is an attachment. Sangha. Sangha is attachment. Teshu, on those objects. Upajayate. It is being created by my mind. I give you another example which is very appropriate also. You are ready to go out for your morning walk. You go a little late. Say after breakfast you go. The shops are all open. Your intention is you would like to have a healthy walk. You have no other intention in your mind. Your object, your determination is to go for your healthy constitutional walk. All of a sudden, your eyes fall on a mannequin. a shop window. The shop may be closed, the shop window. And your eyes fall on a coat the mannequin is wearing. Wow, it's a beautiful coat. You stop. You appreciate the coat, its design, its color, the way it fits in, and the way the mannequin appears. You appreciate, you admire. You had no intention. You were not prepared for it. But your eyes accidentally fell on it, and because as soon as the eyes felt, you started appreciating it, and you stopped, and you are looking at it from various points and angles, various perspectives. And more you look at it in an appreciative manner, more you are getting attached to it. Dhyayato Vishayan Pungsha, a human looking at a thing or interacting with a thing according to his 5 sense organs, he slowly and slowly develops a liking, and because of appreciation, and that liking becomes an attachment. Dhyayato Vishayan Pungsha Sangasteshu Upajayate. A sense of attachment develops on that object that you see on a mannequin. Sangat Sanjayate Kama, the 3rd quarter. From that attachment, how I wish I could have it. My coat is old. It is almost torn. It is out of fashion. This will be all right. Sangat Sanjayate Kama. Appreciation, admiration, adoration of that object develops an attachment, and that attachment develops into a desire to possess it. Dhyayato Vishayan Pungsha Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama. Sanjat Sanjayate Kama. Desire. You come back and you tell your friend or your mother or your father or your husband, I would like to buy this. And they say, look at your wardrobe, you have so many, you don't need another. And you are angry. Why? Your desire is not being fulfilled. That is how anger generates. Things are not happening to my desire. That is the cause of my anger. Things do not happen according to my desire. As because there is something which is stopping me from fulfilling my desire, that object is the object of my anger. Kama krodho vijayate. See how Sri Krishna is analyzing it as clearly as crystal. And look into your mind, you'll say, yes, he's saying what's happening. Dhyayato Vishayan Pungsha Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Vijayate. Good enough. Let us migrate to the next shloka. These 2 shlokas to be read together. Krodhad bhavati sammoha. That anger first It shows us a disgust. Why should they say no to me? Disgust, annoyance, and then anger. Disgust, annoyance, anger. And when your anger possesses you, you have no control on yourself. You talk to people in a manner no gentle person will ever talk. You behave in a manner which is unpardonable behavior. Why? Anger has stolen away your right of discrimination, discretion, kartu vakartu, what you should do, what you should not do. Aparhita viveka vijnana. Your viveka, what to do, what not to do, vijnana, what is right, what is wrong for you, all that capacity which is your own faculty, your anger has stolen it away. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibhrama. And in that case of delusion and anger, you are in total confusion. And in confusion, all the good things of life that you have heard, don't get angry. After that anger, passion passes away, there will be no place to hold your regret. You will be seized of repentance. Don't get angry. All this your parents have told you, your friends have told you, your teachers have told you, your scriptures have told you. It is not unknown to you. But smriti bhrangsha, all that memory has gone down the drain. Why? Because you are totally possessed of anger. That anger leads you to delusion and confused thinking, and confused thinking leads you to total destruction of the possibility of being serene, tranquil, poised, cool. That has gone. You are a bubbling Vesuvius. You are like a bubbling volcano in anger. That is what happens to all of us while we live in this world without any control on our movement of our sense organs. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat sriti vibhrama, sriti bhramshad buddhinasha. Buddhinashat pranasyati. You totally destroy yourself. What you destroy? You remain a human being. But the possibilities of being a spiritual giant is being totally spoiled, uprooted in you. The only saving grace is, only hope is, you get angry. When that passion of anger goes away, because everything in the world comes and goes, agama, apaina, anitta. They come, they stay, they go, they are anitta. When that passion has disappeared, you are full of repentance. And that regret and repentance has such an impact on you. Later on, when your desire is not being fulfilled and that annoyance and disgust comes to you, your buddhi will remind you, you remember what happened to you then? Don't get into that ball game again. Don't get into that spoil sport again. Beware, don't get angry. That is how you manage yourself Though you make a mistake, but you have such a resilience in you, you have such a capacity to rebound in you, that once bitten, twice shy. If you are aware. If you are aware of your goal, and if you are aware of what are the pitfalls, if you fall into that pit, you can crawl out of it, and that experience will prevent you from falling into a pit again. That is what human resilience is all about. That is inbuilt in a human. And that is why the English proverb says, mistakes, errors are pillars to success. They are the pillars on which the success can be built upon. Mistakes are pillars of success. Once you make a mistake, you don't make it twice. That is a pillar on success, on which success will depend. So let me read the shloka once again. Dhyayato vishayan pungshaha. Humans have the capacity to see an object with their sense organs. While they see, if their mind is not busy with God, if there's a void and vacancy in your mind, it will be filled up with passion. Passion is desire, appreciation, admiration, approbation. So you get attached to the object of your sense organ. That attachment leads to desire for ownership. If there is any obstacle to that desire, you get angry. Anger doesn't happen. Annoyance, disgust, anger. Grows slowly. If you want to study yourself, these are the guidelines to study yourself. So, dhyayato vishayan pungsha sangaste supajayate. He gets involved, attached. Sangat sangat sanjayate kama. Attachment leads to desire. Desire leads to anger. Why? If your desire is not fulfilled, the object which is not allowing you to fulfill, that object becomes your object of anger. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sanjat sanjayate kama, kamat krodho vijayate. From obstacle of your fulfillment of your desire, anger develops. Krodhat bhavati sangama, sammoha. When there is anger, Acharya Shankara says, it is such a horrible passion. When you are angry, gurumapi akroshati. You forget somebody is your guru and you speak ill of him. That is what anger leads you to. Sat, sammuda sat, gurumapi akroshati. That is what happens to you. And Sriti Samyohat Sriti Brahma. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Moha means confusion, delusion. From that confusion and delusion is Sriti Bhrangsha. All the good advices of your life that you have heard, lost. And when all that is lost, there's no distinction between a man and an animal. You have lost that capacity which differentiates yourself from an ordinary biological creature. Though I am a biological creature, but by process of evolution, by God's grace, I am born as a man. and a man has certain divine qualities instilled in him. Those qualities are totally lost. You destroy the possibilities of being one with God. That is your total destruction. You go back to be one with an ordinary biological creature, any animal, any beast. This is what happens to you. Therefore, what is the answer to this? The answer to this is, I have now understood thoroughly well. I have understood thoroughly well what happens to me when I have no control on my indriyas, and how do I salvage myself from this normal situation that happens to me? How do I salvage myself? Protect myself. Prevent myself to falling into this pit. Raga dvesha vijuktaistu vishayan indriyascharan atmavashver vidhe atma prasadam adhigacchati. Don't be disappointed. Sri Krishna says, I have explained to you in great detail how we commit a blunder to the extent that we reduce our humanness into a beast. But I will teach you a procedure how you can protect yourself from this pitfall, this catastrophe. Raga dvesha viyuktaistu. There is patanta, there is another phrase. Raga dvesha vimuktaistu, raga dvesha bijuktaistu. They are the same. Bijukta and bimukta. Dissociated or attached. Whatever it is. Get rid of raga and dvesha. What is it? You see that coat on a mannequin. Be very clear. You appreciate the beauty of it, appreciate the design of it, appreciate the tailoring of it, appreciate it wholeheartedly. But make sure you don't get attached to it. An eternal witness, an observer. You just see. Keep that stopcock closed. The spontaneous habit, seeing followed by attachment, seeing followed by liking and disliking. Stop that cock. Don't allow that to go out. How can you do so? Concentrate your mind always on me. There's no space, no time, no energy for anything else. You are busy elsewhere, as a mother is busy. As I am busy, don't disturb me. Whatever your problem may be, don't say I'm busy. She may be dying, but I say I'm busy. Atmavashir vidheya atma prasadam adhigacchati. A person who by endless effort, repetitive, uninterrupted, continuing, back-breaking effort, he creates a force of habit. You may fail once, you will fail twice. Failures are pillar to success. But the fourth time, you will see without being attached. You have done it. How can you do it? Vidheya Atma. You have a total control on the movement of your mind. Prasadamagacchati. That lack of restlessness of chitta-vritti. That chitta-vritti, constantly modulation of the mind is taking place. Once that is controlled, the water has no ripples on it, and you can see the bottom of it. There are no trees on the water on the side of your swimming pool. It is breezeless. The swimming pool is crystal clear. You are standing on the side of the pool and you see the bottom of the pool, which is a beautiful mosaic design, and it comes to the surface to your eyes. The water is so crystal clear, there's no obstruction between the beauty of that mosaic within you. It is visible to you. Why? If there is a ripple, small little waves, it will reflect the outside. When it is rippleless, you see the bottom. Atmavashair vidheya atma, when yourself is totally under your control, when your mind is totally under your control, prasadamagacchati, prasannata, your true original nature. What is that? Sachit ananda sarupata. Because your mind is crystal clear, because your mind is not polluted, dirtied, tarnished, colored by anything of life, the ananda sarupata of your true self comes to your surface and you are happy. You are prasanna means you are tranquil, you are serene, you are poised, you are sober. Adhigacchate, you will reach there. If you can follow these disciplines as a counteract, a countermeasure to the natural, spontaneous flow of life. That is natural. This is cultivated by your self-imposed discipline. So, dears, let us stop here. Mind you, we will repeat the 64th shloka once again before we move on to the 65th. But the previous two shlokas has to be remembered. That is what naturally happens to us. There is nothing to be ashamed of. It is natural. But he paints in such a manner that you will be fearful of that state and you would like to run away from that situation. How would you run away from that situation? The 64th shloka tells you that, look, raga dvesha vijuktvaistu vishayan indraicharan. Allow your mind to flow everywhere, but close the tap. Raga and dvesha, like and dislike, attachment and aversion does not flow out of you. You are an eternal witness, you are an observer to the panorama of this world. If you can do so, the whole Indriya and etc. is under your control. And as because it's under your control, prasadam adhigacchati, you will be able to experience a slight flicker of your true original nature, Ananda Swarup Atma. That is what will happen to you. Thank you, dears. Thank you ever so much. We'll meet again next Sunday to continue the study of Sthita Prajna's Lakshana, one of the most important sections in the study of the Bhagavad Gita, commonly, generally, popularly known as Sthita Prajna's Lakshana. Thank you, dears. Thank you ever so much.
Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.